ZZ109FM. This is Elsie Jenkins here. Talk Radio. 2026. Very, very dramatic year so far, 2026. And we're going to get right to business. Hopefully, you're having a good summer. Stay safe. Watch some of our shows about drowning if you're going to be near water because too many people are drowning in 2026. This show is about the drowning choices that law enforcement makers are making. These undertrained people that respond to events and overreact. And that's exactly what it was so far. And we can get more details. You can add or take away from this story all you want. But the bottom line is no one should have to die over a pack of Pampers. No one. If someone has a gun out and they're running with the Pampers and shooting at the officers, that makes absolutely reasonable sense. If someone has a hostage in their hands and the Pampers and a gun and saying they will take the hostage out if you come any closer because they're trying to take those Pampers and run away with them, you have every right to use your force to try to save the hostage in that hostage situation. So far, everything we have talked about are felony events. And if you don't know what a felony event is, you're listening to the wrong damn show. So, go into the register, and I'm going to just give you an eye full of what I think is going on. Go into the register and getting 6 items. And one of those items is a bag of Pampers. We all know how Walmart works. If you scan 5 of those items and take the Pampers and put them in a bag and don't scan the 6th item, it's considered stealing. It's considered shoplifting. Whether you do it on purpose or you forget to scan the Pampers, either way, that's the act that you have committed immediately once you don't scan whatever item you're scanning. It's not necessarily specific to Pampers. When you check out, pay for your things, there's a system in place that is supposed to approach you and say, excuse me, but there's an item in your basket that you didn't pay for. It's normal, it happens, and it depends on the store whether or not they're going to address it or not. Now, I look at this situation and I first say to myself, if I come to the store with my niece, my nephew, my uncle, my family member, my friend, and we get stopped at the door because we came here together, so we're leaving here together, and one of us gets stopped at the door, I'm not going to proceed on without you. I'm going to stand there and try to find out why are we being unjustly held and detained, because I didn't come to the store to do anything, and I sure as hell have every right to leave the store if I've done nothing. So why are you holding us? Because we came here together. So this story so far, I've went to different sources, has some loopholes in it because I'm getting mixed information. But if you did leave someone in the store when they were held up by security, that's my first red flag on this entire situation. We don't go somewhere together and leave separately because you're held up for a security issue. We sit there together and try to resolve what's going on because we came here together to make purchases and leave here together. It's that simple. Nonetheless, whatever issue they had with the person and the Pampers, it obviously was resolved because you let that person go. Now, if the person pulled away from you and said, I'm not going into the security office and took off, we don't know that. So it's 2 things that could have happened here. You either could have let them go, which in this mindset means that there's no need to call the police because you verified that they paid for the Pampers. So it has to be the second option. You snatched away from somebody and took off running with the Pampers. Whether you had them with you or not, you have already committed the act. And pulling away from the Pampers after you have taken them and didn't scan them doesn't eliminate you from guilt. You've just gotten away from the crime scene. Nonetheless, if you still have the Pampers in the store and the person's gone and you call the police, no harm done because you have a description of the person. You may have them on video and you can file a report. There's no need to go chasing down a pamper snatcher with your guns and your policemen to try to find them because they are such a threat to the city. I don't understand that. They committed a misdemeanor. A misdemeanor is a lesser offense than a felony. But this situation escalates because these law enforcement officers respond. I don't know how many officers responded, but for a simple shoplifting event, you only need one officer, maybe with a backup, or one car with an FTO training officer and a police officer. It's a misdemeanor event at Walmart. You're not being called to an active shooter event where you need all units to respond. You don't have all units to respond to Pampers possibly stolen at Walmart. And don't sit here and tell me that you need 12 units to go to Walmart to respond to a pack of Pampers that was stolen. Now, what is questionable is how did we get to the point of the person fled the store to a young child is now deceased due to an altercation with an officer, a weapon, and a vehicle? How do we get to this point? Because this person didn't go into Walmart, shoot 25 people, and then run out with his weapon and get into the fleeing vehicle to try to get away. This is not the scenario we have here. We have a person, a pack of Pampers, and a Walmart store. A shoplifting event, possibly. And a fleeing shoplifter is no one to go chase after and put 24 holes in. Poor training, poor response, and an immediate dismissal, if you ask me, because you're not trained to shoot shoplifters. I'll repeat this. Police officers don't go around training to shoot shoplifters. I'll repeat this one last time. Shoplifters aren't terrorists. They're not on the most wanted list. Shoplifters are people that have just made a bad choice to not pay for an item at that particular point in time. It could be anybody. A young person, a middle-aged person, or an old person. They all could be down on their luck and need something and decide not to pay for it. That's a shoplifter. But 9 times out of 10, you don't go to that location and put 5 holes in a shoplifter. Why? Because most shoplifters are unarmed and not dangerous. You can de-escalate or escalate with means that are lesser uses of force, if necessary. If they try to resist. But a resisting shoplifter, 9 times out of 10, if you pull your weapon and shoot the resisting shoplifter, you are wrong as hell. You are wrong as hell. So the information is going to come out. But the end result, I hope, is that this person who made an extremely poor choice will be behind bars for the rest of his life. For the rest of his life. You don't deserve to come back to work. You don't deserve to be in public. You deserve what you deserve. And that's to spend the rest of your damn life in prison because you decided that you wanted to shoot a shoplifter. I don't care about everything else that comes out of this. Oh, they got in the car and they backed up and they with a threat to... No, I don't want to hear it. Because they were a shoplifter. Why the hell are you pursuing a shoplifter? Are you going to go on a high-speed chase with a shoplifter? Is that in your police protocol as to how you handle a shoplifter? High-speed chase. We're going to get this person. They shoplifted some Pampers. No. And you can go to any department on this planet, even the redneck departments, and they ain't chasing no damn shoplifter. They're going to do a report. They're going to ban them from the store. They're going to put their picture up. And if they can find out who they are, they're going to get a warrant for their arrest. So next time they get caught, they'll get caught for whatever they did, and they'll have a warrant already to bring them in for that shoplifting event that they got detected for in whatever store they did it. There's no need to chase a shoplifter. Shoplifters, if they are true shoplifters, will shoplift again, and they'll keep shoplifting till they get caught. ZZ109FM, it don't make any damn sense how incompetent people are on this planet in 2026, but it's rampant. Incompetent people are running rampant on this planet. This is Elsie Jenkins. You take care and be safe in 2026 this summer. You want to make it to 2027, you got to make better damn decisions. You got to. Take care.